Get up, gearheads. The cars are rolling in for Caffeine and Octane, the largest monthly car show in America. Fill up on some coffee, top off the octane, and head on down.
Woohoo! How to get you woken up, huh?
Really? You ride around with cheater slicks? Man, this is awesome.
This car was purposely built in '65 to beat Ferrari.
That's correct.
That's my kind of car.
Man, you look tired.
Vegas. I mean, come on. I can still hear the ding, 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 ding.
Were you out there playing?
Casinos like
Guys,
going on.
guys.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's happening,
Ricky?
What's happening? What's going on?
Talking about the SEMA show, Las Vegas.
Oh, you been? You took one of your cars out there?
We did take a truck, but I mean, the builds we saw were incredible. It's
Oh, yeah.
always the
I bet.
newest,
Oh, yeah,
freshest,
SEMA?
baddest cars you've ever seen.
Without a doubt.
This is the world's largest automotive trade show in Las Vegas. And I'm gonna show you the inside track, all my favorite vehicles, but it's gonna be fast and furious. What did you bring us in the Pirelli booth? Foose has his brand new Mustang, but you've got the look of the 70 Mach 1.
What's the deal today? Is today BYOJ day?
Baloney?
What is that?
No,
Bacon?
bring your own Jaguar. You see how many Jaguars
yeah.
out there? Like, it must be a Jaguar club today.
There's two clubs, and they're bringing each model from 1949 to current.
Wow.
So there's going to
Really?
be a lot of them
Did
there.
you bring your Jaguar?
I did.
I like the shag. Listen, you guys remember Ryan Hardwick?
Oh, yeah.
Lamborghini racer?
The Lamborghini rig, but he don't have his Lamborghini outside. He's got his new Porsche Carrera GT outside.
Man.
What is with this guy?
It's just one, dude, you gotta come here. You gotta come see it. Listen, he got a 720S. He's got everything,
That's just
dude.
rubbing
All
it
the
in.
toys.
It is rubbing it in.
Look at this. Every time I see a front engine dragster, I get excited.
It's actually a new car. I built it in 2013, so I tried to make it look period.
Well, other than I know some of the names on it,
Yeah.
you could totally be fooled. I mean, it looks legit.
The professional guys, they all run rear engine cars, so that change made pretty much in the early 70s, but these just look cooler. I mean, you're sitting on the rear end and you're behind that blower and all that, they just look way cooler than a rear engine car.
What motor is it?
It's a small block Chevrolet. It's a 355. It's a real basic motor. The only thing that's really cool about it is the blower. The blower's original, like late 60s Pete Robinson magnesium case blower.
Just basic mag powered, you know, vintage blower, you know what I mean? It's just your basic motor running on alcohol. Yeah, basic motor. So can you fire this thing up? Is it hard? I mean, what do you have to do?
No, runs on methanol, and then basically all you gotta do, open the hat, squirt some gas in there.
Let's go ahead and just, let's do it.
Yeah?
Let's fire this thing up.
Yeah, of course.
Can you believe these guys, when they used to race, they put their cojones right on top of the gear. That's crazy. And didn't anybody think, like, maybe we ought to just put the motor in the back? Make sure you put it in neutral.
Okay, ready to fire?
Woohoo! How to get you woken up, huh?
It's really fast. I mean, we've taken down the track a couple times. It's enough to like push you.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels literally like somebody's got hands to your chest pushing you in the seat, so it's really cool.
Thanks for bringing it out.
Yeah,
that was
thanks, Brian.
awesome.
Thank you.
That was fun. What else?
exhaust out the side, Mickey Townsend slicks. So wait, really? You ride around with cheater slicks?
They're drag radials, so
Right,
that's how we get away
that's
with
what
it.
it is, it's drag radials. So you must got some motor under there to pull those.
A little bit.
A little bit. What you got?
1969 Dodge Dart, Pro Street, custom. It's got a 383 motor in it, stroked out to a 438, Paxton supercharger with nitrous.
Man, after my own heart. I didn't see. So you got a supercharger with nitrous.
Correct. And the car weighs, with me in it, 3,100 pounds.
Really? Is that light?
It's light.
I didn't realize that they were that light.
It's not. I got fiberglass all over it, fiberglass bumpers, hood.
Okay. Damn, this is clean. So have you run it at the track?
I will at some point. I purchased it from a one-owner guy in sight unseen, had it shipped here. It fell off the trailer on the way here. So
After you paid for it or before?
after I paid for it. But the trailer flipped over with all the cars on it. So this slid across the interstate, hit the guard railing, crushed in the roof, the whole side.
What?
So then it started its transformation. Yeah, so to answer your question, I bought it to run it, but after building it, I don't want to mess it up.
You know, I don't blame you. As nice as this car is, man, this is awesome. Thank you for showing me your car.
Absolutely.
Sorry
Thank
about
you.
what happened on the truck, but
The result?
I think you came out better.
I think so.
This is one of my favorite cars here. It's called the Merchant from Goolsby Hot Rods out of Alabama.
You know, you come to these shows and there's been the Camaros a million times and the Mustangs a million times. I haven't seen too many of these.
After months of work, lots of caffeine, late nights, weekends by the Fuller Moto Crew, we're finally done and ready to go to the SEMA show. This is the world's largest automotive trade show in Las Vegas. It is literally the who's who of everything happening in the world automotive market. And we're going. We ready, fellas? The car's ready to go. Woo! Hopefully we got everything. It's as good as she's gonna be. Time to roll out. Guys, we finally made it. It's the SEMA show. First thing in the morning, every car, every wheel, company, engines, thousands of folks from all over the world. And I'm gonna show you the inside track, all my favorite vehicles, but it's gonna be fast and furious. So get ready, let's go. All right, we're in. Everywhere you look, there's something for everybody. But you know what I'm here for? I'm here to see the cars. What did you bring us in the Pirelli booth? Is that the new Pagani?
Yes, it's the new Pagani.
New Pagani! And it'll only cost you a couple $100, couple $1,000, $200,000?
It's only $2.4 million.
A little out of my budget. This car is so hot. Black on black, and it's bagged. All right, so this is crazy. Every year I come to the House of Color booth, but this is officially a House of Color. I mean, this is crazy. Pilot got my truck here just fine. She's on display here at the Wyotek booth. We got the customer Steve checking it out, getting some photos. We got Zeke's bike hanging out in the back, looking good. But guys, there's a lot to see. We gotta keep moving. This is one of my favorite cars here. It's called the Merchant from Goolsby Hot Rods out of Alabama. Check that out. Beautiful light blue Pontiac motor, all detailed, perfect leather, wood in the bed. I mean, come on. All right, come on.
Preston came to us and they wanted to build them a car. So we pitched this AMX behind us because everybody knows that they're pretty much built by about every horse in town. You know, they were buying parts from GM, they were buying parts from Ford, and we thought, what a better car than this one. So basically the entire front clip of this car is carbon. Every piece of trim on it, like the bumpers and all of the trim around the grille, was all one of one. We machined all that. Also, it's got a 1,000-horse Hellcat in it. Actually, it made 1,030, I believe it was, and we've got it turned way back. I think it would probably make 1,300 pretty easy. You know, you come to these shows, and there's been the Camaros a million times and the Mustangs a million times. But I haven't seen too many of these.
Serious Chevy short wide C10 lust going on, and this is one of my favorites. Check this out. So they cut the bed, smoothed everything, airbags on the ground, cut the roof, welded it over, got rid of the door handles, black leather, got rid of the trim, get rid of the bumper, make a new sheet metal piece, get rid of the windshield wipers. Who needs those? I love this car. So Foose has his brand new Mustang. So he took a Mach 1 70s era, put a 2011 Mustang all underneath, and then had to reshape the whole body in order to get it to fit. So you've got the cush, new seats, motor is like giving you all the power, but you've got the look of the 70 Mach 1. So this is pretty cool. A friend of mine, Bogey, from All Girls Garage, and all-female built 1957 Chevy pickup. It's powered by a BMW V8. Man, sits nice, has an Art Morrison chassis, independent front suspension, sway bars, and man, rides like a Beamer.
This build grew out of an idea to bring together women who work on vehicles, who work in the industry, so painters, fabricators, collision people, mechanics, all of that, and also create learning opportunities. So about 30 to 40% of the women who worked on this build had minimal to no experience working on cars. And this thing, when we got it, it was rusted and fallen apart. And then to stand here at the unveiling, we had about 40 of the women of the 90 were actually here for the unveiling. To see their faces, to see the energy, to get the reception that we have from the industry, all worth it. Blew me away.
From Bogey's all-girl powered pickup to Foose's highly modified Mach Mustang. Oh, and there's a fire-breathing Javelin from the Ring Brothers. I think my fellow builders have shown love here at Civic.
This car is the last truly analog supercar. I'm here at Caffeine and Octane to see something different. Oh, what is this?
There are some guys in their cars, you just look forward to them pulling into that primo spot in the show. A Carrera GT piloted by Caffeine and Octane regular Ryan Hardwick is no exception. You remember Ryan. He's a guy who went from training in his basement on a SimCraft simulator to winning in a Lamborghini overnight. Well, he's here today, and I'm jet lagged from SEMA. What do you got, Ryan?
Parked right next to a Ferrari. That's good. At least it's a manual. This is the 2005 Porsche Carrera GT. This car is the last truly analog supercar. So there's no stability control, there's no dynamic steering, there's no suspension management control. It's a manual transmission V10 car. The engine was designed by Porsche in the 1990s to compete in the 24 Hours of Le Mans. They never actually raced the engine. The program got shelved, and then it was unveiled as a production car in 2004. This is one of the last great truly driver cars because there really is nothing getting in the way between the car and the driver. Well, enough about this car. Let's go find some race cars. I'm here at Caffeine and Octane to see something different. It's what I love about this show. There's always something new. That's pretty cool. The green Mercedes GTR. That Camaro is nice. Beautiful build on that. Wow. What is this? This is an interesting car, man. Hey, my name's Ryan.
Ryan Ted. Ryan, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Tell me about this thing.
Yeah, this is a Factory 5. It's a replica of a 65 Shelby Daytona Coupe.
Wow.
And they built this car specifically to challenge Ferrari. They were having trouble with the Cobras, so they want something a little more aerodynamic, and this is what they came up with.
So this car was purposely built and engineered in 65 to beat Ferrari.
That's correct.
That's my kind of car.
It was very, very successful, and they won several races and basically put Ferrari on the trailer, so it worked out to be a good deal.
Wow. Wow, and what engine have you got in this thing?
It's a Ford 408 with the Weber 8-stack on it. Once you get them tuned, it runs really good.
Oh, I can imagine. And it weighs nothing, I bet.
Yeah, the car's real light. It's a fun car.
Hey, thanks for bringing it out,
you
man.
bet. No
Thanks
problem.
for sharing it with us.
No problem.
Man, what an amazing car. I've been coming to the show since it was first started. To see what it's grown to is truly amazing. I'm a fan of the automobile, from anything from trucks to Jeeps to muscle cars to hypercars. I enjoy the broad reach of all the different types of cars that show up here.
Oh, here's one of my favorites. 89 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. They use these to pull horse trailers and campers. This is the Suburban of the day, made by American Motors. These were really a workhorse. Is this a two-wheel drive or four-wheel?
Four.
Four-wheel?
Goes four-wheel high, four-wheel low.
Yeah.
You kind of shift on the fly. You don't have to get out and lock the hubs.
Boy, what great condition.
So it's a 360 V8, which wasn't designed by Jeep. It was designed by AMC in the early 60s. So they had this engine in the AMX.
Right, it was a high-performance car. Oh yeah, it was a real supercar for its day, almost.
I think I just like the classics. It's got that right combination of goofy wood sides with chrome, and there's something just so American about some of these cars.
Power seats on both sides, power windows. These were really a luxury automobile.
Yeah, you know, all original carpet, 137,000 miles.
This is great looking. Thanks a million for bringing this out.
Thank you.
I really enjoy it. We have a beautiful display of Jaguars here today. Wow, and this is an XK, and it appears to be a highly modified one.
Let's take a look.
Hour is just not enough time to tell you about all the thousands of cars at Caffeine and Octane. For more cars, check out caffeineandoctane.com.
We have a beautiful display of Jaguars here today, and it shows the progression of this company from 1949 through the sports car today. This is an XK 120, and it is just sculpted wonderfully. These cars were actually designed so the driver could enjoy the lines of it while they're driving along. This particular car here, this is a Series 1 E-Type. This is the first automobile that was inducted into the Museum of Modern Art as a permanent display. The E-Type transition from the Series 1 to the Series 2, the government mandated changes. They had to remove the covered headlights. You'll notice on the wheels there's no knockoffs any longer. So that's how it moved along in this period of time. And then this is an XK, and it appears to be a highly modified one. Hey Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you, sir?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Boy, this thing is really modified. I can tell just looking at the externals. What's under the bonnet?
Well, let's take a look.
Wow, supercharged. How many horsepower does this thing put out?
About 700. The only reason I bought this Jag because of the modification, you know. It's unusual to see one done the whole package. Usually they do suspension, a little bit of the engine, but on this one, they did the whole thing.
It's a Kenny Bell supercharger that had to be $10,000 for that.
Minimum, just a supercharger.
And when you start adding things like that, horsepower, then you got to worry about cooling it. You got to worry about stopping it.
And the suspension.
Yeah, you just keep going on and on.
They did a lot of stuff to that car.
Oh boy. And I see it's got a hard top on it.
It's made by Wiseman.
You know, I always thought the coupes in these cars were the better looking car.
Oh yeah.
And now you can have both of them. This is a nice addition. Boy, I'd love to get in the seat of this thing and give it a run. Think that could happen?
It could. Here's the keys.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'm going to wait until this clears out a little bit here today, and then I'm going to take this out, see how she handles.
You can see, you know, the variety of cars you see here and people, you know, and the atmosphere is amazing.
A lot of traffic out here.
But it's nice. You know, this show is growing so big, it's just unbelievable.
Boy, it's got some tight steering on it.
Yes, because if you see the lower suspension.
Yeah, it's a lot lower. Got some juice to it.
You know, I never pushed that car. Yeah, look at this. The switches, I don't know what they do. It has a tank in the back.
This could be nitrous.